our governor. No man can curse him. And we are using him to bless our people. Therefore, we are not afraid that any man can curse us. Take all the glory and all the honor for what you are doing through the hands of our governor. And greater things yet you will use him to do for this country. Therefore, we invite thy presence to this event and commit it into your hand that all be done to your glory. In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and in the name of God the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Your Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by Abubakar Malami, SAN, Commander of the Order of the Niger, the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Nyesom Wike, CON, GSSRS, Life Bencher and Governor of Rivers State, and your amiable wife, Her Excellency, Honorable Justice Eberichi Suzette Nyesom Wike. Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Ipalibohari Banigo, DSSRS, Deputy Governor of Rivers State. The Right Honorable Ikui Owajibani, DSSRS, Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly. Your Excellency, Sir Dr. Peter Odili, CON, GSSRS, former Governor of Rivers State, and your amiable wife, Honorable Justice Mary Odili, JSC, retired. Justices of the Supreme Court, serving and retired here present. Justices of the Court of Appeal, serving and retired here present. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi, Chief Judge of Rivers State. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Kate Aburi, Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, and other Chief Judges serving and retired from Rivers State and other states here present. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Ihim Nacho Obuzo, President, Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal. Chief Wole Olani Peku, OFR, SAN, Chairman, Body of Benches, and members of the Body of Benches. Judges of the Federal High Court, National Industrial Court, Rivers State High Court, and the Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal here present. The President, Nigerian Bar Association, Chairman and members of the various branches of the Nigerian Bar Association here present. Past Presidents of the Nigerian Bar Association, particularly Sir OCJ Okocha, OFR, SAN, JP, former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Rivers State. Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, CON, Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary. Honorable Ugonna Ozuribo, Chairman, House Committee on Justice. Chief Nemeka Ngige, SAN, Chairman, Council of Legal Education. Members of the Council of Legal Education here present. Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria here present. The Director General, Nigeria Law School, Professor Isa Hayatu Chiroma, SAN. Ambassador Desmond Akawo, Chairman, People's Democratic Party, Rivers State. Sir Siminalayi Fubara, PDP Standard Bearer, Rivers State, and his running mate, Professor Mrs. Ngozi Odo. Right Honorable Prince Chibudom Wuche, OFR, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. Distinguished Senator Barin Pigi, distinguished senators, and members of the National and State Assembly here present. The Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Rivers State, and members of the State Executive Council. Your Majesty, King Dr. Danderson Douglas Jaja, CFR, JP, JK V, Treaty King, and Amainabo Opobo, Chairman, Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers, and other traditional rulers here present. Elder statesmen, special advisors, chairmen of local government councils here present, permanent secretaries, New Rivers Vision Women team, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commissioning of the Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo Doglas, SAN Campus, Port Harcourt, built by the administration of His Excellency Nyesom Wike, CON, GSSRS, Life Venture, Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I respectfully invite for the presentation of Kola, His Royal Majesty, Yenweli, O.N. Nsirim, M.O.N., Akpiti of Rumeme Kingdom, fully represented by Rumeme Council of Traditional Rulers.
Excellency, and then His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Barrister Ezebon Ike, SRS, Life Bench, please, and his dear wife, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. The Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, I am Nyesom Malami JP, the Chairman of the Kingdom Council of Traditional Rulers. On behalf of His Majesty, Yenweli the monarch, M.O.N., Abubakar of Rumeme Kingdom, who unavailably is not here at this moment, but in his words, says he will extend his personal appreciation to you for the things you have done for Rumeme Kingdom and for the state. And by extension, all the distinguished guests that are present here today to acknowledge the work you have done to Rivers State. Then the Rumeme Kingdom Council of Traditional Rulers, for the entire good people of Rumeme Kingdom, we welcome everyone to this wonderful and great achievement of yours. in River State and in Nigeria, and particularly domiciling it here in Rumeme Kingdom soil. On that note, I want to present a cola nut and drink as tradition permits to tell you thank you, and the government of River State, thank you for the great things you have done for this community and by extension River State and Nigeria. Thank you very much. Further to that, Your Excellency, we hand over this rope to you. This is for a cow that is out there, and we have live cow that is out there, and we have yam and other fish and other drinks out there. And of course, we also put a chair. You remember that His Majesty coronated you some time ago in Rumeme Kingdom. We feel you are still standing, you are not seated. So, giving you this chair to be well seated in Rumeme Kingdom. And this is back up going to my CNN. And you know how to buy Mecca, United States and Mecca, Nigeria and Mecca, and then thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give the welcome address, may I invite the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Rivers State, Professor Zacchaeus Adango, SAN, Member, Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and Knights of St. Christopher.
Your Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GACFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON. Your Excellency Nyesom, Wike, CON, GSSROS, Life Venture, Governor of River State, and your lovely wife, Honorable Justice Suzette Eberechi Nyesom Wike, Deputy Governor, Your Excellency Deputy Governor, the Right Honorable Speaker, the Lord, the Chief Judge, and Justices of the Supreme Court and other courts here present, please permit me to rest on the protocol already well established. Let me, on behalf of the Governor, and indeed the government and good people of River State, most heartily welcome all of us to this epoch and historic occasion of the commission of the Dr. Nabo Bekimbo Graham Doglas SN campus of the Nigerian Law School, built by the government of River State. Recall that on the 4th of June, during the flag off of the construction of modern facilities at the Inauguration campus of the Nigerian Law School, His Excellency the Governor offered to build, furnish, equip, and hand over a brand new campus of the Law School in Port Harcourt if the Council of Legal Education will accept to site and locate one in Port Harcourt. That compelling and irresistible offer was graciously accepted by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, upon the recommendation of the Council of Legal Education. Following that approval, a groundbreaking ceremony was held on this site on the 17th of June 2021. Barely 10 months thereafter, River State government has honored this undertaking to build, deliver, and furnish a brand new campus of Nigerian Law School. That campus, undeniably, is the best, the most iconic, breathtaking, and of course, anything you can think of. And there is none like it in any part of the Federation. In this glorious journey, I wish to say that we want to thank Your Excellency for your dynamic and inspiring leadership, because this was your dream. And I want to pray that your days be long, because we are a gift to the legal profession. On that refreshing note, I once again welcome all of us. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this program, because this is River State. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to thrill us with his sonorous voice, may I invite Aloysius Mbata. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together one more time for Aloysius Mbata. May I now invite to thrill us with her performance, Taryn Nixon, the violinist. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can we put our hands together for Tari Nixon, the violinist. May I now invite for a short playlet the Image.com Theatre Group.
Today was good, oh. Hey, today was good, oh. Today was good, oh. Hey.
My husband, welcome. Oh. How do they work now?
Yeah, Mama. So you mean to tell me say this one is they wash this cloth? I come on go workshop, he dey wash cloth.
Mama, Papa, your daughter is now a graduate.
Hey!
The Senate has approved our result, and I made a 2-1.
Look me like monkey, yo, eh, oh. They don't know, say I go look like. Hi! God, I thank you. So my name go change from name to Papa Double Lawyer. I beg. Oh, no, you say na 2-1 she get. You know you say na 2-1 she get. Now I mean say a lawyer certificate na 2-in-1, double portion.
I am the one lawyer. My people, how una get?
The law.
Yes.
Man wey sabi, fundamental lawyer. Now you be the man.
Yes.
The law. Man wey sabi, now you know the work, oh, the work of law.
Thank you.
The law.
Yes.
You are welcome. Now Jolly Mo today, so as my daughter don't graduate, become lawyer. But the problem with it that we say, she go wait that year before space go there for that law school.
Wow.
Oh wow, the law.
Congratulations, my daughter. Thank you, sir. Yes, you have no need to be worried, huh? We now have a brand new law school campus in our own River State.
Really? I thought it wasn't going to be ready in the nearest future. Besides, one can't trust politicians and their white elephant project.
How can you say that, eh? Is there anything that promises that it doesn't fulfill?
I agree with you, my barrister. With what I have read, heard and seen. Hey! I think they should just add capacity to his name.
Capacity? You mean his excellency?
Yes, sir. Everyone capacity.
Yes.
That name enter Wella.
You are right, my dear. You are right. Well, I enter. You see, at the risk of sounding selfish, the governor has shown so much love to the judiciary, among many other sectors. Yes, the bar and bench are indeed proud to practice in River State. He has built the National Industrial Court and staff quarters, judges' quarters, official cars for judges and magistrates.
Hey! Capacity wicked!
And now, a brand new law school campus in River State. Boom! Boom, boom.
Capacity wicked!
That is not all. That is not all. A little bell tells me that the Judicial Institute for Training Judges and Magistrates, named after Justice Mary Odili, will soon be commissioned. The construction of the courts of magistrates is in top gear.
Oh, the law! I may not be of the legal profession,
Yes.
but was on the street have it that he also reconstructed the Court of Appeal and the brand new 6-courtroom ultra-modern Federal High Court complex. I am serious, oh. Wait. Una mean to tell me, say, now him also renovate the Court of Appeal building and their judges' staff quarters too?
Absolutely, madam. He graciously made these interventions in support of the federal government responsibility. What a way to exude statesmanship.
I beg, you don't do.
Yes.
See my daughter. You see this law job, this lawyer job. Now him be the coco.
Yes.
Our dear governor.
Uh-huh.
As Papa lawyer where I be, I put it to you, say, from today go, your name don't become His Excellency. Yes, sir. SJ1 capacity. As the court pleases.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please let's put our hands together for them. May I now invite the Owembe Cultural Group of Obiako. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please let's put our hands together for them as they dance out. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite for the project description Judge Kelly D. Alabo, PhD, FNIQS, Honorable Commissioner for Works.
Your Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom, Ezenwa, Wike, CON, GSSROS, Life Venture, and his dear wife. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellencies, may I, by your leave, leverage protocols already properly established by the compere. Your Excellency, we are here to celebrate the reality, the actualization of a vision which looked like a mirage over a year ago. Your Excellency, this place was like a swamp. People thought it was impossible to locate an infrastructure project here. But today, we are here to celebrate your vision. Your Excellency, upon the approval of the Federal Ministry of Justice and the Council of Legal Education, you gave your directive and the ministry swung into action to commence the procurement process. And for all of you that know the governor of Rivers State, you know that it does not joke with due process. And so our first step was to kickstart the procurement life cycle. And of course, you know him. He believes in the rule of law. And so immediately after the procurement process, contractors were mobilized to site. It will be unfair if I don't describe what the substructure of these projects were before we commence construction works here. By the time we play the documentary, you'd see what I'm talking about. By the time we came here for the flag off over a year ago, it was difficult even to access the site. What we had here before now was the School of Nursing. Because of the geotechnical situation and the swampy situation of the soil, all buildings here were in a decrepit condition and they had to be demolished. In fact, from here that I'm standing downwards were all waterlogged. It was like a sweep fish pond. And so, we began first by reclaiming the land. Land reclamation was done here, and filling was done up to a height of about 2.1 meters. What is the height of a standard door? All that soil replacement was done before foundation works could commence. Mind you, you need to know, for surveyors that will know, even the level differences, the topographical differences between here and the existing road was over my height. And so we had to fill to about 2.1 meters before we could commence raft foundation. Given the geotechnical characteristics of the soil, we could not go for strip. We could not go for deep strip. We could not go for pad foundation. We had the option of only a pile foundation or a raft foundation. And then we also had to look at construction design economics and cost effectiveness, and so we had to go for raft foundation. And each of the buildings you see here, they are all sitting on a raft foundation. Each of the raft foundation is not less than 1.8 meters of height. And so here we have 15 buildings. I'm going to start rightwards. I'm going to start from the cafeteria. We have a cafeteria here that has a capacity to contain 50% of the total envisaged population of the school. That is about 700 persons. Because the idea, the thought, the contemplation is that all of them will not go to eat at a time. Maybe they might go to eat in batches. Now, immediately after that, we have behind it the moot court. I want to believe, I have a very strong conviction that this is the only law school in Nigeria that has a standard moot court. Immediately after the moot court, we have the classroom block. The classroom block is designed in such a way that it's a 3-story structure. Each of the floors have 6 classrooms. 6 classrooms times 4 floors gives us 24. 24 times 60 per classroom gives us 1,638 students. And so this is designed to take all students just in one block. And it's not just a 3-story building. We have 2 lifts. 2 lifts that are functional for the students and the lecturers to use to access their classrooms. Each of the classrooms have smart digital whiteboards and the normal whiteboards. So you can just come in and plug in your system and plug in your flash drive and you start lecturing. Or if you decide to go the analog way, you can use your marker and teach. So we've provided for the 2 scenarios. We also have an uninterruptible power system that can handle the lift just in case there's power outage suddenly. And so that is about the classroom. Then I'm going to move to my left now. Here we have an edifice you can see. There are 3 prototype buildings that you can see here. Each of them is a 450-bed hostel block. Now we have 3 of these, and this is 450 times 3, which gives you 1,350 students. That is, if you go rightwards towards the end, just by the powerhouse there, we have also 2 3-story building structures to house 144 students each. So 288 plus 1,350 gives you approximately 1,638 students. So we have provided, our original design contemplation was 1,500 students, but we have also provided for an overflow. Peradventure, more students may want to come in. And so behind me here, I have the multipurpose hall, or if you like, the auditorium. The multipurpose hall is designed to take at least 1,500 persons at a time. Once we are through, I believe you go in there and see what we have there. And we have it fitted with multimedia systems. So you can comfortably take your lectures there. You can comfortably do your exams there. You can comfortably do your events there. Now, after this, by my right-hand side, we also have the admin block. On the admin block, we have the ground floor and the first floor. On the first floor, we have 12 offices for staff. We also have 12 offices upstairs, plus offices for the Deputy Director General and his deputy. They are all fully furnished. And I must mention here that apart from all the blocks and all the buildings being furnished here, all of our hostels have air conditions. All of our hostels have air conditions. And we're careful to plan for it. Because before you begin to plan for a hostel of 1,638 persons, you must do your power audit. And so we did our power audit calculations very well. And we know that the power requirements we need here is less than or equal to 1,932 kilovoltage per ampere. And so we designed for a 3,000 kilovoltage per ampere. And so I'm going to, that takes me to the powerhouse. Now in the powerhouse, we have 3 number 1,000 kVA generators. That gives us a total of 3,000 kVA. Now we also have a 2.5 megavoltage per ampere transformer system that has already been hooked up to the national grid. And now we have a synchronization system that synchronizes the power coming from the national grid and the power coming from the generators. And we have planned it so much that it's so cost effective. And so if you are using 1,000 kVA at a time, only one of the generators will turn on. If you exceed 1,000 kilometers, the second one turns on, 1,000 kVA, the second one turns on automatically. When you are using that and NEPA comes up, it switches over automatically. That takes me to the next building, which is the library block. Right here by my right hand, by the right flank here, we have the library block. The library block is designed to accommodate almost all students that want to read at a time. We also have in the library block, we have about 4 areas where you can read with good seating capacity, and we have the ICT hall inside the library block. Of course, we also have administrative office in the library block, just like we have administrative office in the cafeteria to cater for those whose responsibility is to take care of these buildings or these facilities. Behind me again, I have the medical center. The medical center, if you like, a sick bay, is designed to cater for all students that may have medical issues. Of course, there will be doctors and nurses to take care of the students. We also have a male ward there and a female ward there. That is not all. We are just coming from Hotel Presidential area, one of the choicest areas in Port Harcourt. That is where we have 16 number flats, 16 number 3-bedroom flats, which is going to serve as residential quarters for all lecturers of the law school. That too is also exquisitely furnished. Also permit me to mention that all of the hostels you see here are very well furnished. Furnished up to pillowcases and bedspreads and even curtains. They are all exquisitely furnished and aesthetically pleasing. Your Excellency, that is not all. You may want to think, or someone will want to ask, what is the facility management structure that is going to put in place? What about sustainability? All that were encapsulated in our plans. And so, Your Excellency, I will want to end it here and thank you for making this project a reality. A project that we thought was a mirage is today a reality. Thank you and God bless you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I crave your indulgence to watch a documentary showcasing the Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo Doglas SAN Campus, Port Harcourt, from inception to realization.
In line with His Excellency, Nyesom is Wike's passion for the transformation of legal education and the repositioning of the judiciary at large in Rivers State. He requested for the approval to build a campus of the Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt. Wike made the request during the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a multi-purpose hall and 2 450-bed hostels for the law school campus in Inauguration State on June 4th, 2021. The projects were constructed by the Rivers State government. Governor Wike pledged to provide all the requirements needed by the law school in 6 months if the request for the siting of the law school campus in Port Harcourt is approved by the Federal Ministry of Justice and the Council of Legal Education. This pledge was made to the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, who represented the ministry at the event in Nabo.
But let me put a challenge to the Chairman of Legal Education, to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Justice, and to the Director General of the Law School. Nobody should play politics with it. As a state government, I'm ready within the next 6 months to give you everything you want, everything that is required to establish a law school in Port Harcourt.
The federal government approved the request without hesitation. The letter of approval from the Attorney General of the Federation was brought to the Governor in Government House, Port Harcourt.
May I crave your indulgence to, before presenting this letter, to read the contents of this letter. Our meeting was, council meeting was on the 18th, which was a Friday. And on Monday morning, we forwarded our decision to the Honorable Attorney General. And on Tuesday, 22nd, this response came, and it addressed to the Executive Governor of Rivers State Governor's Office, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Attention, the Honorable Attorney General of Rivers State and Commissioner for Justice. Offer to build a new campus of Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. I wish to notify you that my office is in receipt of letter dated 21st of June with reference number NLS from the law school from the Council of Legal Education with respect to the offer by the Rivers State government communicated via a letter dated 4th of June 2021 with reference number MJHLD from the Attorney General's office to assist the Council of Legal Education in the establishment of a new campus of Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. My office, upon receipt of your letter, forwarded same via Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary's letter dated 10 June 2021 for consideration by the Council of Legal Education. I am delighted to convey to you the acceptance of your offer by the Council of Legal Education and at its meeting held on the 18th of June 2021. A copy of our approval letter and a draft memorandum of understanding to guide or govern the conduct of partnership project is hereby forwarded to you for your kind consideration and further action. This has been handed over to your Honorable Attorney General. Meanwhile, while appreciating the kind gesture of the Rivers State government in the promotion of legal education in Nigeria, please accept the assurances of my best regards and high esteem, as always. Abubakar Malami and Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice. Just copy to the chairman.
Governor Wike consequently promised to build the best Nigerian law school campus in less than a year. The pledge was greeted with cynicism from some quarters. They thought it would be a white elephant project, considering the resources, time, and political will it would require to fulfill such a promise. 8 hectares of a very marshy, heavily waterlogged, and saturated former campus of the Rivers State School of Nursing and Midwifery, Rumeme, was earmarked for the proposed law school project. The difficulty of the terrain was enormous and overwhelming. It was swampy, and some part of it was like an earthen fish pond with floodplain. These were some of the factors that led to the dilapidation of the buildings of the School of Nursing and the relocation of the tertiary medical institution to the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. Many people asserted that it would be impossible to do any construction work there due to the aforementioned factors. But the relentless Rivers State government, ably led by His Excellency Nyesom engaged the services of competent and reputable indigenous contractors, and they were adequately mobilized. The old structures were demolished, and massive reclamation was done on the swampy sections. The land was excavated, filled with over 50,000 cubic meters of sand, which translates to around 5,000 double-axle trips of sand, filled to about 1.5 meters in height, which is almost the height of a typical door, in order to make the terrain suitable for construction. This was done around the site before the raft foundation work commenced. The indefatigable Governor Nyesom Wike, who has a track record of starting and finishing gigantic projects in record time, kick-started the project with a groundbreaking ceremony on July 17, 2021.
It is effort-making and a landmark achievement which posterity will rate very highly in the history of Rivers State. When this project is completed in less than a year, as promised by His Excellency, it will go a long way to reduce the accommodation challenges which faced by the Nigerian Law School in its 6 campuses across the country. It will also create job opportunities for hundreds of Nigerians, if not up to thousands. I now move to the foundation laying ceremony.
As of January 2022, roofing has been completed on all the structures and plastering commenced. The law school bypass was also constructed in between the school and the River State College of Health Science Technology, linking Ikwere Road and GRA to address the concern of accessibility to the campus due to the ever-busy Ajit junction of Ikwere Road. Some people started playing politics and attempted to effect a reversal on the approval the law school campus got. The Rivers State government sent a delegation to the National Assembly when the issue was discussed on the floor of the Senate. This prompted the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to visit the project site, where they marveled at the magnificent edifices they saw on ground. They approved it and described it as the best in the country, and declared that the Port Harcourt campus of the Nigerian Law School has come to stay.
And as members of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, who are here on an oversight visit, this is one oversight visit that is truly worthy of our time and attention. If anyone had listened to His Excellency or any of the 3 senators representing Rivers State telling us how much money had been sunk into this project, there's no way you would have truly appreciated the weight of such a claim without being here. And I want to say that from what we have seen here, we have no doubt whatsoever that the campus of the Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt has come to stay. Truly so.
The plot against it died a natural death. 10 months after the groundbreaking, the Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo, Doglas SAN campus, Port Harcourt, is not only a reality and ready for use, but the best among the best. Built for excellence, it is the one and only self-sustaining Nigerian Law School campus. Yes, you heard that right. The Wike-led administration built it to be self-sustaining. All the properties along the school fence on the GRA axis were acquired by the River State government or the law school to enable it to generate revenue to maintain and service the world-class facilities put in place. His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike handed over the certificate of occupancy of the adjoining properties to the Council of Legal Education.
On behalf of the government and people of the state, most sincerely thank the chairman team of the Council of Legal Education and have come here today to have a final inspection of the Dr. Abubakar campus on the Nabo School in Port Harcourt. I want to thank this opportunity to also present the certificate of occupancy of the properties. We
10 million naira grant that the Rivers State government will be giving to the school for the next 4 years to maintain the high standard already set. The chairman of the Council of Legal Education, Chief Emeka Ngige, described it as the 7th wonder of the world during the final inspection of the law school project.
An inspection visit that we came for is not to the ceremony, it's not the handover ceremony. It's a short visit to inspect the facilities. If I tell you that we are not short of words to describe what we have seen here, then we are lying. We are short of words. Because what we have seen here is amazing. It's the 7th wonder of the world.
The school has 1,500 capacity classrooms blocked with lifts, hostel blocks for 1,638 students with 3 students to a room, well-furnished 16 units of 3-bedroom flat staff quarters with a swimming pool, gymnasium, lawn tennis court, and a lounge, moot court, sick bay, admin block, multi-purpose hall, sport facilities for students, library, cafeteria, internal roads, street lights, a 40,000-gallon water tank, a dedicated fire station, 3 power generators of 1,000 kVA each, and a 2.5 MVA substation. The law school buildings and premises are also equipped with CCTV systems for effective security. The project was completed on schedule in 10 months and without any cost overrun, nor variations, and with specified quality. This was achieved by the strict supervision of our indefatigable governor, who also ensured that the contractors were promptly paid. The Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo, Doglas, SAN Campus, Port Harcourt, is a promise made, promise kept, a lasting legacy of His Excellency Nyesom Wike, CON, GSSRS, Life Venture, Executive Governor, Rivers State.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that was a documentary on the campus from inception to realization. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Their Excellencies and distinguished guests will now move into the auditorium for continuation of this event. Thank you.
Special broadcast of the commissioning of the Nabo Doglas Law School campus in River State, built by the Nyesom Wike-led administration. It's been an interesting event laced with culture and tradition, seen in traditional performances, drama, and indeed one of the many high points during those presentations was the traditional institution presenting a staff of office, a stool, to Governor Nyesom Wike. We've also had Goodwill remarks presented by special guests at the event. Of course, we would have you also know that President Muhammadu Buhari is here represented by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami. In terms of Goodwill presentation and remarks, we've had the Commissioner for Works in River State, George Kelly Alabo, give a summary of all the elements that went into the construction of the Nabo Doglas Law School campus. And there's quite a bit of that. One of the many things he said was that it's the only law school campus that has a moot court. And the entire campus is fully furnished with a capacity of well over 1,000 students, to hold well over 1,000 students. We'll see the aerial view of the law school yet again. Quite a number of buildings in the state-of-the-art facility. Here are classrooms just within the law school campus. With the hostels fully furnished according to the State Commissioner for Works, with air conditioners, a generating set to cater to the needs of power needs, energy needs of the facility. Recall that the State Commissioner for Works mentioned specifically that the power needs surpass the capacity of the Graham Douglas Law School campus. And just as the event progressed, the weather pattern changed, necessitating some form of a suspension of the event. As we await a resumption of the launch of the Nabo Douglas Law School campus, we'll continue to feed you the aerial view of the state-of-the-art facility, which you see here, sitting majestically on a wide expanse of land in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. You're still watching a live feed from Port Harcourt, River State capital, to be precise, the commissioning of the Nabo Doglas Law School campus built by the Nyesom Wike administration. The state governor may have capped his achievement with the launch of the Doglas Law School campus. He's had a groundswell of support from members of the judiciary who have attended today's event, albeit suspended temporarily due to an act of nature. Recall that the state governor recently received a presidential honor in the form of the Distinguished Award for Infrastructure by the federal government. The law school campus indeed is an impressive state-of-the-art facility built to be self-sustaining. And the governor has stated in time past that the revenue generated from the campus would be to self-sustain the campus. That's the Nabo Doglas Law School campus. There's more to be heard about the law school campus during this broadcast, suspended temporarily due to a change in the weather condition. We'll return to the broadcast later on. In the meantime, we'll exit now and continue with other programs. Stay tuned as we'll bring you back the continued inauguration of the Nabo Doglas Law School campus in Obiakpo local government, River State, built by the Nyesom Wike administration. Stay with Channels Television.
On what we can see today, it is obvious that in few weeks, academic activities will commence in our Port Harcourt campus of Nigerian Law School. I respectfully thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of River State, our great benefactor, the government and people of River State, for this brilliant initiative of building a brand new campus of Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt. May I also use this opportunity to convey our sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for graciously approving through the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to establish a campus of Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt, River State. Please accept again, Your Excellencies, our sincere appreciation for your kind intervention and huge support for legal education in our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you and God bless. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give his remark, may I invite the Chairman, Council of Legal Education, Chief Nemeka Ngige, SAN.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON, the Governor of River State, His Excellency Chief Ezenwo Nyesom Capacity Wike, CON, DSSR, POS, Africa. The Justices of Supreme Court here, retired and present, distinguished senators, members of the House, please permit me to adopt the protocol ably set by the MC and by my DG. On behalf of the Council of Legal Education, let me most respectfully welcome and thank Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for first approving the request by the River State government to construct in Port Harcourt a campus of Nigerian Law School and for sending a high-powered delegation led by our indefatigable supervising minister, the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON, to represent him at the commissioning of this magnificent edifice, Dr. Nabo Bekimbo Graham Doglas campus of the Nigerian Law School. May I also, on behalf of the Council, management, staff, and students of the Nigerian Law School, rejoice with the government and good people of Rivers State on this important day, marking the official commissioning of this state-of-the-art campus, arguably the best facility for legal education in Africa. This campus is comparable to what obtains at the Cambridge University, Oxford University, or Harvard School of Law. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly recall that it was at the flag off of the construction of the key projects at the Nigerian Law School at Yenagoa, Bayelsa State on the 4th of June 2021 by His Excellency Governor Wike that I stated in my address that the central idea behind the construction at that Yenagoa campus was to address the infrastructural deficits of lecture and accommodation spaces for the ever-increasing number of students seeking to acquire vocational legal training in our country, Nigeria. I also stated in that address that since the establishment of the Yenagoa and Yola campuses of the Nigerian Law School in 2011, little or no attention has been made by government or concerned stakeholders to build more hostels and lecture halls to effectively accommodate students adequately. I further stated in that my address in Yenagoa that Nigerian Law School, being the training arm of the Council of Legal Education, operating in 6 locations, namely Abuja, Lagos, Enugu, Kano, Yenagoa, and Yola, trains and mentors more than 6,000 law students annually, while the actual number of applicants that seek admission are usually above 10,000. This gap is largely due to lack of carrying capacity for eligible students for the legal profession. It was that speech that spurred His Excellency to make an instant offer that Rivers State government was willing to assist the Council of Legal Education in tackling this challenge of lack of carrying capacity by constructing a campus here in Port Harcourt within a period of 6 to 8 months and handing them over to the Council. The offer was later firmed up with the specific details of facilities that the proposed campus will contain. The proposal was presented to the Council of Legal Education, which gave its approval. From there to our supervising minister, who also gave his approval after obtaining the requisite presidential approval. The rest, as the saying goes, is now history. Today, we are here to officially commission a campus of the Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt, built by the government and people of Rivers State. This campus, by a special resolution of the Council of Legal Education, has been named after an illustrious son of Rivers State, a foremost nationalist, a pioneer Attorney General of Rivers State, a former Attorney General of the Federation, and a former Chairman of Council of Legal Education, Dr. Nabo Bekimbo Graham Doglas, SAN, now of blessed memory. The Council of Legal Education appreciates the government and the good people of Rivers State for their enthusiasm, their cooperation, and for putting their resources towards erecting these landmark projects that will serve and bring about monumental benefits and developments to our dear country. It is our hope and prayer that other state governments and other stakeholders will emulate Rivers State government in this regard and come up with more interventions. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Council, I have the distinct honor and privilege of once more conveying our gratitude to our benefactor, His Excellency, the Governor, the government and good people of Rivers State for this historic intervention and assistance that will bring about positive change, hope, and development of legal education in Nigeria. The commissioning of this campus has indeed marked a turning point in the history of legal education. It is no wonder that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, recently conferred a distinguished award on infrastructure delivery on His Excellency Chief Nyesom Wike. We sincerely congratulate Your Excellency for this award and recognition. The campus which we are commissioning today boasts of the, as already described by the engineer, a fully furnished male and female hostel that will contain capacity for 1,650 students. A big auditorium, here we are, the auditorium, a big auditorium, multi-purpose hall. This is the multi-purpose hall. Tutorial rooms, law clinic, and moot courts, fully equipped medical center with a laboratory, the library and reading rooms, offices for academic and administrative staff, kitchen and eateries, sporting facilities for staff and students, storage facilities for staff and students' records, power generator and solar, fully furnished staff quarters and operational vehicles. In addition, the government has constructed and handed over a shopping mall that will generate revenue for the running of this campus. This is apart from the provision of a monthly running cost for 4 years after the takeoff of this campus. The fully furnished staff quarters opposite the Hotel Presidential is like a 4-star hotel, and it gives the lecturers and the supporting staff the most needed enabling environment to perform their jobs optimally. Like I stated during the inspection tour of this facility in June this year, this campus has become a model to be copied in all the campuses of Nigerian Law School in our quest to provide a conducive environment for teaching and learning. I believe that any student attending this particular campus will appreciate that he has been given an opportunity to learn and excel in his vocational training in the best environment available, so there will be no excuse for failure. As Nigerian Law School marks its 60 years anniversary next year, it is our hope that the stakeholders in the legal profession, particularly the alumni classes, the Nigerian Bar Association, the state government, will use the occasion of the Diamond Jubilee to lay the foundation for their projects that will make the various campuses attain the Wike model that we are being commissioned today. I cannot end this speech without thanking other stakeholders who have contributed one way or the other in making this commissioning ceremony a reality. Our thanks goes to our Supervising Minister, Abubakar Malami, SN, CON, the Attorney General of Rivers State, Professor Zacchaeus Adango, SN, the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Michael Bamidele, CON, the Chairman of the House of Representative Committee on Justice, Honorable Ozuribo Ugonna, the Chairman and members of the Body of Mentors, as well as the Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, and also our past President of NBA, past and present, like Chief Osijo Okocha, SN, Mr. Okewale, SN, Mr. Olumide Apata, and the current President, Mr. YC Mekiao, for their cooperation in making this event a reality. I will not also forget members of the Council of Legal Education for their support, cooperation, and assistance. Gentlemen, as we are commissioning this project today, a memorable day, the Chairman of Body of Ventures, who is in our midst, Professor Chief Uwelo Olanipeku, CON, is also marking his 71st birthday today. So join me in also congratulating him and wishing him many happier returns. He left the birthday celebration in Lagos to come and join us. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. So I conclude by saying I thank you all. Long live the institution of democracy and dividends. Long live Rivers State. Long live Niger Delta region. Long live the Nigerian Law School. And long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give his remark, may I invite Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, CON, Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary.
Your Excellencies, Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is here ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Your Excellency, Governor of Rivers State, very, very eminent Nigerians seated on the high table, as well as very and most highly esteemed stakeholders of the legal profession present here today. The protocol had been well established, and I don't believe anyone can stand on protocol because it doesn't have the strength to carry anybody. But I would say I most respectfully extend all courtesies because time is well spent. My own remarks on behalf of my colleagues from the Senate and on behalf of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be to just quickly have a word for different stakeholders. To Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I want to say on behalf of our colleagues, congratulations for not allowing politics to deny Nigerians and our profession of the beauty that is here to behold. And that is why when the rain was starting, and it was obvious that everybody was praying that, oh God, you know, this is too beautiful for the rain to disrupt. That was why you were praying. I joined in that prayer. But the reason I was making my own prayer, and I'm glad the rain has stopped now, was that the president who meant so much and who encouraged, approved this to happen, should not have any reason to have to commission it under the protection and canopy of an umbrella. And I am glad the president will be able to commission this without an umbrella being spread over his head. And beyond the president, my short message also to the legal profession. And when I say the legal profession, I'm referring to all the stakeholders. Here we'll have the body of bencher, we'll have the NBA, and all the, esteemed stakeholders from both the bar and the bench. This is a happy moment for all of us, and we're all proud to be a part of this. But I also feel, on behalf of my colleagues from the National Assembly, there can also not be a better moment to remind us of our seeming failing in being able to accomplish our desire to give to ourselves a new Legal Practitioners Act that will be in overriding public interest and that will make us to be consistent and compliant with global best practice standards. That it has taken several years and almost 3 leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association as well as the body of benchers for us to be able to amend or repeal the Legal Practitioners Act in a way that contemporary issues will be taken care of is something that is worrisome. And I hope as we celebrate what is happening here today, we will spare a thought in ensuring that all sides just come to a conclusion that this will be a reality. And I leave that with all of us as a food for thought. And to the parents, I also have this to say. In the Senate, we've been receiving different kinds of requests and pressure to bring to bear on the leadership of the Nigerian Law School, Council of Legal Education, to admit more students, especially those who have been home for 3-4 years because the Nigerian Law School couldn't accommodate all of them. Yes, the Rivers intervention is going to make a lot of difference. But my message to them, those parents, as well as faculties of law of our various universities, is that let's take it easy. It will take a while, because from our discussions with the leadership of the Nigerian Law School, it is obvious that the Rivers intervention would help ameliorate this situation. But in the meantime, it's not only about admitting new students into the Rivers, the Port Harcourt campus, it's also an opportunity for them to decongest the existing law school campuses and take care of some of the backups that have been there. So the struggle for admission for more students and law graduates is something that I believe must still be on for a while. But definitely, this is going to be a highway to a solution. And then to the people of Rivers State, the government and people of Rivers State, again, I want to say on behalf of our colleagues, thank you. It couldn't have been any better than this. Yes, we had our concerns in the Senate and in the National Assembly when this whole idea was coming up. And when eventually we came here on an oversight visit and we saw what was coming, we didn't need anybody to tell us that this was something that we should embrace and celebrate. And I'm happy that we all have been a part of this success story. And then, of course, finally, to the amazing man, His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike. I just want to say that those who are not sure of their deeds always call on history to judge them. But today, human beings like you, people of Rivers State, people of Nigeria, stakeholders and members of the legal profession are saying they are very proud of you. They have judged you right. You are judged by your fellow human beings to have done right. I can only call on history and posterity to be an impartial witness. I congratulate you, Governor Wike. And there's no doubt in the fact that this is a happy day for all of us in the profession and in the country. But as we are here, I'm quoting you in your own words, it is sweet us. But I know as it is sweet us, I get some people where it is paying them. God bless you, Governor. God bless Rivers State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. To give his remarks, may I respectfully invite the Chairman, House Committee on Justice, Honorable Ugonna Uzuribo.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of Nigeria, ably represented by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, SANC. The Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom, Wike, and your amiable wife, here present. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, the Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, permit me to recognize a lovely man, the former Governor of Rivers State, Dr. Peter Odili, and our big mommy, our big sister, Her Lordship, Honorable Justice Mary Odili, Justice of Supreme Court, retired. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, distinguished Senator Bamidele, and every other senator here present, my colleagues, members of House of Representatives, the Chairman, Nigeria Bar Association, please allow me now to stand already established protocol. Your Excellency, I bring greetings from the Right Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, your friend, Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, and the entire House of Representatives. Your Excellency, we appreciate you for all your effort in improving the justice sector in Nigeria. We've seen what you have built here in Port Harcourt, but we know that this is not only in Port Harcourt. we recognize what you are doing by Bayelsa campus of Nigeria Law School. Before now, Your Excellency, all the pressure for Nigeria Law School, for all Nigerian graduates, everybody wants to serve in Abuja campus. But today, the DD will testify that the reverse is the case. All destination now is sent out to Port Harcourt. We appreciate you so much, Your Excellency. But I want to differ somehow from what my colleague, the Senate chairman, have said. For us in the House of Representatives, Your Excellency, let me remix that music that is trending now. As it is sweet you, it is sweet us. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for Goodwill messages. May I invite to give his Goodwill message the Chairman, Body of Benches, Chief Wole Olanikpekun, SAN, OFR.
Mr. President, Honorable Attorney General, you are representing our President, and we extend all the courtesies due to our President to you, Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. The Governor of Rivers State, my brother, my friend, my client, the capacity governor of Rivers State, and his wife, may I adopt all the protocols? But I want to crave your indulgence to appreciate my predecessor in office, and also with rider, OCJ Okosha, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, JP. You said you are the Juju priest, and rains were coming down, and you couldn't arrest. You have lost that title today. And past presidents of the Nigerian Bar Association who are here, and my president, and may I recognize my amiable Vice Chairman of the Body of Benches, the Honorable Justice Mary Peter Odili, and my friend, the husband, Peter Odili. I've been asked to, on behalf of the Body of Benches, Mr. Governor, I bring goodwill messages to you and to the entire people of Rivers State. Exactly on 29th of September, when the President came to commission the Body of Benches complex, I referenced you, I settled on you, Mr. Governor, and mentioned the assistance you made to us on the Body of Benches. Very humongous, very large, very massive, very tall. And some people thereafter called that, why did I zero in on you? And I said, we have a lot of other people who assisted us, but that you and your government, you are first among equals. And let me say this, and my colleagues are here, I'm not used to dressing people in borrowed robes. All of us in the legal profession, we come to contribute our humble quotas here and there, but I'm not aware, and I've gone through the books of any lawyer, starting from the days of Chakwara Williams, Afobia, a great forerunner, a great leader, a great potentate, and other potentates after him, and still at living. All of them and all of us who have come, we make our own contributions. But you are special. Every human being has a ministry. And let me say this, living or dead, I'm not aware of any legal practitioner who has made financial and logistic contributions to the legal profession, to the advancement of the legal profession, more than you. And before people take me to social media, I will expatiate. I practice here in Rivers State substantially. The Court of Appeal complex that we use, we come in and out, and very, very conducive. Your government did it. The Federal High Court, your government put it in place. The National Industrial Court, your government put it in place. These are just a few amongst others. And here we are. Rivers State, and by extension, Port Harcourt, has now become the cynosure of all eyes. There will be competition. And Professor Shiroma, you'll be sleeping from now on with your two eyes closed. Because people will not be harassing you that we want Lagos, we want Abuja campus. It is now we want Port Harcourt campus. And may I foray into the future and pray for Nigeria that very soon we'll have a good lawyer, not just any lawyer, as president of Nigeria. It's a prayer that God will answer, because this is tokenism from Wikeism. Tokenism from Wikeism. And I know you have capacity to do more and more and more. We want to appreciate you. The body of benchers appreciates you. And I, as an elder, I pray for you that you will live long and you continue to be stronger and stronger. And I want to plead, this is a beautiful campus. It is not meant for Wike. Some other people, in those good old days, and even as at now, they will name it Wike campus of the Nigerian Law School. He has not done that. He is respected elders. It's always good to respect your forebears. It's always good to respect your predecessors. You are naming it after our own leader, the second gentleman to take the silk in Nigeria, a former Attorney General of the Federation. You are not naming it Wike campus of the Nigerian Law School. What am I saying? I want to plead to Wike's successor, whoever, not just your immediate successor now, just your successors in office. And I'm speaking to all the people of Rivers State. This is not Wike's property. Although God used him to bequeath it to the legal profession and to humanity, try to maintain it. And try to respect Wike. Those who are coming behind him, look at what he has done to this gentleman, my friend, Peter Odili. Respecting him. Don't pull your predecessors down. Respect Wike and don't assume mantle of leadership tomorrow and say, oh, it is Wike's edifice and that you are not going to maintain it. Because one thing we lack in Nigeria is maintenance culture. We need to maintain this place. It's a beauty. It's a thing of joy. Our hearts are gladdened. And Mr. Governor, Mr. Capacity, the President, by the way, infrastructural leader. The President, you are in the PDP. The President is of the APC. But let us appreciate the President for doing the right thing. You were not there. You didn't ask for it. And we watched it over the television. President addressing you, decorating you as the best performing governor in this country in terms of infrastructural delivery for your people. Thank you. Long may you live. Long live Rivers State. Long live Wike and his family. Long live Nigeria. Thank you. And before I take my seat, my wife was asking me, why are you dressing up this early in the morning? Today is your birthday. I said, I must be here because we have to respect this gentleman, we have to honor him, we have to appreciate him, we have to encourage him, and I have a duty to be here. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. To give his goodwill message, may I respectfully invite the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Honorable Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi.
His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General, Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON. Your Excellency, Chief Nyesom Wike, the Governor of Rivers State, and his amiable wife, my lords, judges of the Supreme Court here, serving and retired, Your Excellency, Dr. Peter Odili, former Governor of Rivers State, heads of courts here present, distinguished senators, my learned brothers, please, at this juncture, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I heartily and warmly welcome His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and his entourage, and all the august personalities here present on this unique and momentous inauguration of the Nabo, Dr. Nabo Graham Doglas campus of the Nigerian Law School, Port Harcourt. Today will long be remembered and treasured by the good people of Rivers State and well-meaning Nigerians and all stakeholders in the administration of justice in Nigeria. I recall that Rivers people and Nigerians witnessed the groundbreaking foundation ceremony for this Port Harcourt Law School campus of the Nigerian Law School on the 17th of July 2021. That is about 17 months ago, when His Excellency Chief Nyesom Wike, CON, GSSRS, POS Africa, the Governor of Rivers State, gave a formidable assurance to complete and hand over this project to the Council of Legal Education within 12 months. Doubting Thomases, who do not know the track record of His Excellency, expressed reservations. But it is exceedingly and pleasantly surprising to see that His Excellency, in a breathtaking speed, kept faith with his promise and completed this gigantic edifice in less than 12 months. And on June 27th, 2022 date, handed over the completed project to the Council of Legal Education, which is being commissioned today, 18th November 2022. This is a superlative and commendable feat by all genuine lovers of progress. From all that we have read, shown, said, and demonstrated here, this Dr. Nabo Graham Doglas campus of the Nigerian Law School ranks as a self-sustaining world-class law school in Nigeria. Unarguably, the unrivaled best campus among the existing law school campuses in Nigeria. It bears reminding to know that His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, has the entire Nigerian nation and its people as his target and focus on infrastructural development irrespective of state, class, or political cleavage or leanings. And that is the reason His Excellency saw the overhauling / renovation of the Court of Appeal Port Harcourt Division, construction of residential quarter for justice and furnishing same, constructions of befitting Federal High Court complex Port Harcourt, residential quarter for judges and furnishing same, the National Industrial Court complex Port Harcourt, residential quarter for judges and furnishing same. His Excellency development stride did not end at our home state and River State Judiciary. His Excellency government constructed a world-class, self-sufficient, exquisite 24 5-bedroom duplexes for serving judicial officers of River State origin, serving in Federal and River State Judiciary, and a handsome amount for those who elected for money in lieu of provision of accommodation by the River State government. The Inauguration campus of the Nigerian Law School, Bayelsa State, His Excellency's government is constructing students' hostel and other structures there. Little wonder then that the Vice President, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osibanjo, GCON, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, as acting President of Nigeria in 2017, saw it fitting and proper to name our governor the Master Project of Nigeria. During his working visit to Niger Delta region on inspection of projects executed by the governor of Rivers State. We are all also aware that very recently, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in heartfelt and honest appreciation of the matchless infrastructural development in Rivers State, in a rare and astounding display of statesmanship and generosity of spirit beyond politics and party lines, on 31st of October 2022, conferred on His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, the Distinguished Award in Infrastructural Delivery at the Nigerian Excellence Awards in Public Service at Abuja. No doubt the existence of the Dr. Nabo Doglas campus, Port Harcourt, of the Nigerian Law School will generate employment and associated business enterprises and provide admission opportunities for more law school applicants than the capacity of existing campuses. It is my humble appeal to the director, lecturers, support staff, and students to be posted to this campus to guard against the destruction of the facilities that have been put in place. Maintenance culture must not be jettisoned. I thank the chairman and members of the Council of Legal Education for listening to our governor's request, and I thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for approving this campus. I cannot thank His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, enough. Above all, I thank the Almighty God for making it possible for us to witness this day. May God bless you all. Long live the government and the good people of Rivers State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To give his goodwill message, may I respectfully invite the representative of the Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Port Harcourt Chapter, Sir OCJ Okocha OFR SAN JP.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, here ably represented by my learned friend, learned brother Silk, Abubakar Malami, CON SAN. Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner, Minister of Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Governor Nyesom Wike and your lovely wife, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me first deny that my oracle has lost its potency. You can see my very able and well-respected successor in office as President, Chief Wole Olanibeku, Chairman of the Body of Ventures, that the rain has stopped. I was discussing the matter there with Right Honorable Chibudon Uche, and I say, you know, just as in the profession, there are always two sides, those that are for and those that are against. Some that it is sweetening and some that it is paining. I also involved in this matter of the rain. They were drawing it, we were holding it. And thank God we finally won. But on a serious note, Your Excellencies, it's an honor and a privilege to be here today and to be given this opportunity to speak on behalf of the Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Port Harcourt Chapter. But
let me extend my brief and cover all the senior advocates that have come. And there are many here, Your Excellencies. Perhaps the only one senior to me is Chief Wole Olanipekun, our leader and now the chairman of the body of benchers. So, on behalf of the body of senior advocates of Nigeria, let me also add my words to say congratulations to the Council of Legal Education for this magnificent structure that has been bequeathed to you and to succeeding generations of lawyers in this country by His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, the government and the people of Rivers State. It is indeed a magnificent edifice in every respect. When we came for the groundbreaking ceremony, we had just returned a few weeks before from Yenegoa, where His Excellency had started the construction of 2 hostels, one for males, one for females, and then a multi-purpose hall with a capacity of 1,500 persons. And all of us agreed. I suspect, and I think that I may be right, that when His Excellency had that vision, he consulted with Mohammed Adoke, former Attorney General of the Federation, who was also on that trip, and Damian Dodo, SAN, his very close friends. And then he told us, and all of us said, Your Excellency, this will perhaps be a very, very landmark donation to the Council of Legal Education and the Nigerian Law School. As we all know, the Council of Legal Education, the Nigerian Law School, is that unified entity that produces all legal practitioners in Nigeria, the personnel for the bar, the personnel for the bench. There is no justice of the Supreme Court today who did not pass through the Nigerian Law School. And so this is another legacy to secure the future production of eminent lawyers and dedicated judges and justices. So, Excellency, let me also join everybody to thank you for what you have done for the legal profession, which is your original and primary constituency. Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, their chairman, was cracking a joke about umbrellas bringing us into this hall. I tried to say to him, but I couldn't reach him, that the umbrella is becoming very effective throughout Nigeria. And all Nigerians must find their way into the umbrella. Most distinguished, I hope you agree with me that we need umbrella to cover every Nigerian. Once again, I want to thank you all for your kind attention. The body of senior advocates identifies with one who is a lover of the profession. So many have said what he has done in every sector of the legal profession, both at the bar and for those on the bench. So, Your Excellency, keep up the good work. We know that the curtains are about to fall, but then we know that the future lies ahead of you. And my hope and prayer is that someday Nigeria will call on you to give the leadership Nigeria needs. I thank you all for listening, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much, sir. May I invite to give his goodwill message the President, Nigeria Bar Association, Yakubu Chonoko Michael, SAN.
I thank you. The adjustment of the microphone is not going to be much because it was my predecessor that just spoke. Mr. President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, ably represented by my brother, Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, CON, and His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom, Izenwo. I would also add capacity to it, but I'll put a context before I finish my goodwill message. Capacity, Wike. GSSR, Life Bencher, and a member of the Nigerian Bar Association. This goodwill would not have been complete without me, who has been given the privilege of succeeding the likes of Chief Wole Olanipekun, OFR, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, OCJ Okocha, JP, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, CON, Mr. Okewale, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Austin Alege, not too young to be wealthy, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and of course my immediate predecessor, Olumide Akpata. I was going to say Senior Advocate of Nigeria, but the 30th President of the Nigerian Bar Association. So when the representative of the body of senior advocates came to speak, to give his own goodwill and message, he couldn't have spoken for the capacity governor by reason of the fact that he is not a senior advocate of Nigeria. And that is why only I can speak for both those who are senior advocate of Nigeria and of course our capacity governor, who does not belong to that class but has done so creditably that even the senior advocates would like to corner him. But I want to remind the senior advocates, even though I also belong to that group, that both those who are senior advocates and the non-senior advocates that we are so very proud of belong to the Nigerian Bar Association. And that is why we are very proud to be here. And I'm glad for this honor and privilege to deliver the goodwill message on behalf of the Nigerian Bar Association. I adopt every lofty words that have been spoken concerning our amiable governor. But let me just put a little bit of context to what is happening today. And I say this without disrespect to anyone who belongs to any other profession in this country or anywhere in the world. The recovery and the reformation and the repositioning that Nigeria requires today can only be provided by the members of the legal profession. And that is because in the call upon every member of the legal profession that qualifies us as members of the only noble profession in the world, that qualifies us to be referred to as learned men, comes with the responsibility to provide leadership to the people. The only way you can provide leadership to the people is to serve justice to them. And only members of the legal profession are privileged to be taught and instructed on the subject of justice, such that we are the ones who see justice and know justice is present. We are the ones who can identify the absence of justice and also now provide remedies to the people. And it is only when we do that that we can earn the confidence of the people to provide that leadership that we are primarily called to offer to them. And that is why I am glad today for all the things that have been spoken about this very illustrious member of the Nigerian Bar Association concerning the leadership that he has provided like no other leader in this country as yet. And what we are celebrating today is simply an exhibition, a demonstration. Your Excellency, you have allowed the expression of that excellence that an ideal lawyer carries inside of him. That yearning to invest in the legal profession. Your Excellency, I know you are not simply investing because of your bias for the legal profession. No, beyond that, because you are a lawyer, because you understand the call of a lawyer to bring leadership to the people, you are deliberately investing in the legal profession in order to equip further the legal profession to deliver justice to the people. And that is the kind of mindset that every leader must have who desires development for the nation. And I want to say, without any fear of contradiction, that Governor Wike has demonstrated that template that every leader should carry who intends that there should be development in his community and his nation. And I have had cause to call on our government to be deliberate about investing in the legal profession at the university level, at the law school level. And then we are talking about the judiciary, invest in the judiciary, improve the infrastructure, make their work comfortable, and that is the only way we can deliver justice. And that is what I believe Governor Wike represents. And like someone who spoke earlier said, that, well, even if you don't give Governor Wike the opportunity to rule this country, I'm not a politician, but please copy from what Governor Wike has done in investing in the legal profession. And you know, I come from the Caliphate area. It was Usman Al-Fodio that said, if you take away religion from the people, they can exist, but they cannot exist without justice. And that is what you and I are called to serve the people, and that is what Governor Wike has been investing in. And I want to congratulate you, sir, for this heart that you carry. It is the heart of an ideal lawyer, and this is what every lawyer is supposed to do. You have come, for me, from my own perspective, in the league of the likes of Chief Awolowo, who sat down as a lawyer and brought his ideas and conception to develop the Western Nigeria. Only recently we went to commission the legal aid building named after one of our illustrious legal practitioners, Ikeazo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who was from the private practice and devoted all his time and all his resources in order to further the cause of justice. I also have an example in our current Vice President, who in his stint as Attorney General of Lagos State transformed that ministry such that today the Ministry of Justice in Lagos State is one place where we all look up to in order to also transform our ministries of justice. And I have the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today in person of my brother, Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who has also demonstrated that heart using the opportunity that God has given to him in that office in dealing with some issues in such a decisive manner that would otherwise have cost Nigeria a lot of money and probably would have plunged this country into an economic crisis. And so Governor Wike is using the opportunity that God has given to him to serve as governor of this state, and he is deploying that opportunity to serve the legal profession. I say to you, congratulations. And I know that long after you have gone, and I'm not saying that you are going anytime soon. I earlier said that I offered to be the MC at your 90th birthday ceremony. God bless you. God bless your effort. God bless Rivers State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm not sure if I saw Mama Hairat Balogun in the room, but if she's the one I also saw earlier, I recognize her anyway since I mentioned her name. Thank you very much for the privilege to share our own goodwill message on behalf of the Nigerian Bar Association. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much. To give a message on behalf of the Dr. Nabo Doglas SAN family, may I respectfully invite Mrs. Dakorim Buma Graham Doglas.
President and Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented here by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, Executive Governor of Rivers State, members of the Judiciary, the Bar, members of the National Assembly, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'll stand on existing protocol as time is fast spent. I stand here on behalf of my siblings, the larger Graham Doglas family, the people of Abonima, and the entire Calabari Kingdom, awed by the generosity of spirit that has caused you all to take time out of your busy schedules to gather here today, not only to witness the commissioning of this wonderful edifice, but also to honor my dad, our father, because my sister says I should make sure I say it's our father, the late Dr. Nabo Graham Doglas. My most profound gratitude must go first to my governor, His Excellency, Mr. Capacity. Your Excellency, without prompting or lobby, you took it upon yourself to immortalize one of the founding fathers of Rivers State, a man who's been gone for 4 decades, a man who's not, no longer relevant, as we will say today, but you've refused to allow that his memory be forgotten. Thank you very much. And this is not the first time. Many of you may not know, but this is not the first he's doing. The very first thing you did, to my knowledge, is that you named or renamed the Faculty of Law at the Rivers State University after my dad, so that it's now called Dr. Nabo Graham Doglas Faculty of Law. Thank you. And then you conceptualized this project, initiated it, won the approval of relevant stakeholders, and financed it all by yourself. It is the first of its kind in Nigeria. A law campus financed 100% by a state and named after an individual. On top of it all, you started the project as you said you would and finished it ahead of time. True to your promise, the campus is beautiful, it boasts ultra-modern facilities, it's conducive for learning, and it's the best in Nigeria. My father, Dr. Graham Douglas, was a man to whom learning was very important. He educated himself to attain a doctorate degree in law. He owned, we were told, the biggest library in Eastern Nigeria, and at some point, probably the biggest law library in Nigeria, until it was burned down during the Civil War. He was Attorney General of Eastern Nigeria, the first Attorney General of Rivers State, and at one time, Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. He was one of the first lawyers to be conferred with the prestigious rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He was recognized for his contribution to the Nigerian state with national honors as Officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He taught professional ethics at the Nigerian Law School. He was chairman of legal education at the time of his death. He was a member of the body of benchers. For a man like this, to whom education was so important, and a man who lived and loved the law and gave so much for the development of law in Nigeria, there is no better way to honor him. Thank you very much. I must also thank the Council of Legal Education, the body of benchers, and all stakeholders in the Law and Justice Project for your support. Thank you so much for turning out en masse at this occasion. Thank you for the support and approval you gave to the project. You honored one of your own. We will always be grateful. Thank you. And then to our host community, I would like to say that you have really been very supportive of the project. You provided an amicable working environment for the contractors. Now I must ask you to also welcome everybody who comes to teach or to learn here. Show them the river's hospitality. Make them feel safe. Make them feel welcome. To everybody who has come from far and wide to mark this occasion, I just again want to tell you thank you very much. I pray that God will, in his infinite mercies, will also cause you to be celebrated. Have a safe journey home. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I at this point respectfully invite the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, Life Bencher.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Your Excellency, my dear wife, the Chairman, Council of Legal Education, let me, because of very big dignitaries that are here, and in order not to make mistake, let me observe all protocols, but particularly to recognize my leader and the man whom God used to make us what we are, Sir Dr. Peter Odili and his wife. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me apologize that we are forced to come into this multipurpose hall. Of course, you know, enemies will never rest. Unfortunately, they didn't know that we have an auditorium that can take the entire crowd. So it will be paining them more that this occasion is still going on. But next time I can assure you, I will be in charge. When I used to be chairman of local government, any activity, His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State will say, make sure there will be no rain. I said there will be no rain. And there will be no rain. These days, I don't know what the chairman are doing. Maybe they are not seeing the people well, and that's the problem. With Your Excellency, mine will be to say thank you to a lot of people. I would give you the history of how this law school started. So many people may not know. And I used to lose faith in Nigeria
that we don't have a country again. Everything is about ethnicity, everything is about where you come from. But I was given hope by the Director General of Nigerian Law School that there are still people who believe in the unity of this country, who believe that it is not because I'm from so-so place and therefore anything that comes must go to that area. Some time ago, I attended the court bar in Abuja. While the body of benchers were filing to the hall, I looked at the surroundings of the building. I said, how can we have this as a law school? And especially the headquarters of Nigerian Law School. This is unacceptable. And then I sent somebody to call me the Director General of Law School. I don't know him. So he came. And I said, are you the DG? He said, yes. This is our law school. What is happening? He said, well, they will manage what they have. They have no funds. I said, no. How do I support to make sure that at least this is my constituency? If I leave tomorrow as governor and then I'm criticizing, people will ask me, when you were there, what was your contribution to make sure we have a better legal education? So I told him, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to support one of these two buildings. He said, no, take the money to Bayelsa State. That he prefers the money to be used in Bayelsa State, where you have the Nigerian Law School. And I remembered when I was Chief of Staff, this law school that is in Bayelsa today was to come to Rivers State. But then the government at that time said no. They were not willing to have law school campus in Port Harcourt. So I told the DG, okay, I will come to Bayelsa and see for myself. We went to Bayelsa. I can tell you, even your worst slave, you will never allow your worst slave to go to that school. You will never. So bad. You will never pray to allow a slave to go to that school. And I was touched when we got to that place. And I said, okay, what do we do? He said, the immediate problem now is no accommodation, no auditorium for them to do any activity. I said, okay, Rivers State government will contribute to building 900 space of a hostel and then 1,500 capacity multipurpose hall. Then I told him to go and design it. They designed it, they bought it at the cost of 5.something billion. I said, okay, we passed through the due process and we awarded the contract. That alone gave me a problem. It gave me a problem. Oh, I came to show that we have money. It gave me a political problem, everything. Some people say, oh, Mr. Donatus, he doesn't know what to do with money. So, one of the days we choose, that was last year, something May, June. As we were going for the foundation laying ceremony, when a boss, and let me commend them. If they are here, I would like them to stand up and take a bow. OCJ Okocha, I didn't see her. You stand up and take a bow. Wale Esquire, is he here? Bello Adoke, is he here? Damian Dodo, is Damian Dodo here? Former president of NBA, Abata, is he here? My former friend. The permanent secretary, Minister of Justice then, I think he's retired now, and the chairman, Council of Legal Education.
So we were discussing the boss. And I said, look, we have this kind of problems about carrying capacity. Why not, if they will agree that we are willing to build and hand over, if they agree to start a campus of the Nigerian Law School in Port Harcourt. So they encouraged me that I should mention it during my speech. Some judges of the River State Judicial, in fact, the chief judge led them, and some other people, some politicians, some of them are not here. Most people were very angry. And I said, look, this is a school sited in the South-South. Ordinarily, it should have been in Port Harcourt. What if tomorrow your son or your daughter is posted to that school and look at the environment your son or your daughter is learning? How will you feel? They said, but it is not why we should go and put that kind of money. I said, well, I've made my commitment. But some people do also not understand that public relation is part of governance. So when that day, during the flag off, and I said to them, we are willing to build a brand new school if you will agree to just give us approval. Then the chairman of the law school, legal education, council of legal education, and the DG now said, no, the permanent secretary said, I will carry this request, is a tempting request, to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I said, I don't enter Wahala now. If it is going to pass through the Attorney General, don't forget it is gone. Because I'm one of the most critical. I say, how would they see that and approve? Wicked? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. So the DG came back to me. So look, put the application. I said, what do you mean? Application, I should write application through the Attorney. I said, it will go to where? He said, the president, president again. I said, except that people don't want this thing to work. I couldn't believe it. It was sent to the Council of Legal Education. It was approved. The next day they took it, like the DG said, to the Honorable Attorney General. He said, when he go to the Attorney General, said, somebody wants to assist us, something the federal government cannot do. You want me to play politics? I will not approve. So then he now called me. The Attorney General has approved. I said, wait, bring the letter by yourself. I don't want to hear this story. Bring the letter. Not approve. But before you know it, they say they can't see the file again. Bring the letter. So he brought the letter. I said, hold on. I'm going to call the leaders of the state, the senior lawyers, let them come before you make that presentation. And so he came and made the presentation. Behold, that they have approved the campus of Nigerian Law School to be in Port Harcourt. I said, okay. When are we going to do the flag off? They said it already. I said, okay, I'm ready July. They came. Of course, when they saw that flag off, the chairman of the Senate committee, he was not happy. House committee was not happy. Deputy Senate President was not happy. Politics started. No. How could they have done flag off? They did not tell a whole Senate committee chairman on judiciary and human rights. The House, and then you know all of them are the same party. I'm an opposition party. So the politics started. So I now went to, I said, Babidele. I said, how many times have I called you? He said, 3 times. He said, 3 times. I said, my brother, give me what God has given to you. Go and take your own. But leave me this one they have given to me. If not, I will go to River State and tell them that it was Bamidele that stopped the campus of the Nigerian Law School, Port Harcourt. I called his governor, fire me. I said, fire me. Call Bamidele, call him. He said, what happened? I said, he wants to take away my law school to Delta. It's okay, he will call him. Not knowing that they too want law school in their own place. So it was a big problem for us. But I thank God that he came up and said, look, the truth must be told. And they came here and saw what was on ground and said, look, no need of playing politics, and the law school has come to stay. This law school was not designed by us. It was designed by the Council of Legal Education. And they said this should be a model if anybody wants to build a campus of a law school. So it is not as if we designed. No. I said, you design, tell us what you want, how do you want it? So I'll let you know by tomorrow. We designed it in our own way. So the DG bought it and said, look, this is what the Council of Legal Education had approved. That's okay. Then we started looking for contractors. I called Julius Berger. They called amount of money that I said, look, I don't want to start a project I cannot finish. This project, I said I must finish it within 1 year. So I told Julius Berger, rest. I called Lubrix. They gave me a price. I said, these people, are they supporting me at all, or they're trying to discourage me? But this is one project. I said, look, I must do and I must finish. Then I called politicians. I said, look, every time you talk about empowerment. But the condition I will give here, if you are ready to go to jail, take this job. Some of them said, look, we are ready, we will build it. I was afraid. I said, look, if they don't build it now, I go and arrest them. They said, look at him, he's arresting all his supporters. That's okay. It's a risk I will take. All the buildings you see here, each one, done by one politician, each one. If you have 17 buildings here, done by 17 people, forget about those who are in Abuja. Each one, one, each one. There's no one that was done by an outsider. All Rivers people. But every morning I'm here. As I'm leaving work, I'm here. I even went and told some of their wives, I said, come, your husband is likely to go to jail. They say, why? I said, because I gave him job. If he doesn't want to go to jail, tell him to go and do my work. And I thank God I did that. So some of them didn't have any excuse to say, oh, I will not be arrested. Their wives knew that they are doing a job. So they were also supervising the job. So some of them came to me, why did you go and tell our wives now? I said, yes, two things. So that the money will not go away. And two, the project will be completed. They were working day and night. Even on Sundays, they were working. We completed this project in 10 months' time. 10 months' time. 10 months' time. It cost us 17 billion naira. We are not owing a dime. We are not owing a dime to anybody. So, somebody at the page of Nabo said, they should ask me what I'm doing with the money that came to River State. Tell your governor to say what he's doing with his money. Come to my state, you will see what I'm doing with River State money. But I will thank, let me just say, I don't praise Mr. President. No. I told, it's not for me to allow them to do well. My prayer, if they shouldn't do well, so we can take over. But the truth is that, and let me say it for the first time, so many people ask me, where is he getting this money from? Let me say it. And I want, through the Attorney General, to thank Mr. President. To thank Mr. President. Monies that were not paid to the Niger Delta State since 1999. The 13% deductions, money that were not paid, Mr. President approved and paid all of us from Niger Delta State and paid us. And for me, it would be unfair not to tell the public. It is not from FAC money. It is the money as paid to me as Rivers State, Delta State, Akwa Ibom State, Edo State, Bayelsa State. And I thank God. And I can say it. And that is why today, since 2019 till now, yesterday we commissioned the 9th flyover. On December, we commissioned the 10th flyover. By February next year, we'll commission 11 and 12th flyover. The other day, we commissioned the Cancer Center, which we named after our leader, Dr. Peter Odley. Julius Berger built it and charged us 25.9 billion, equipped by GE, General Electric. We paid, no 1 naira is being owed, not one, not one. So, I want to sincerely, from my heart and on behalf of the government and people of the state, thank Mr. President for this. Because, I mean, as an opposition government, he could have as well said, don't pay. You can't do anything. After all, since 1999, the money has not been paid. Did you do anything? So I want to sincerely thank him just on that one. On that one. So that you don't take all now. So much, I must say so. And that's what we are seeing here today. And I appeal to all of us. Yes, forget about the rain. Those people, they are not be disappointed. If you have time, don't rush. Whether you go to the moot court, whether you go to the cafeteria, whether you go to the library, or you go to the classrooms or the hostels, that is what we are supposed to have. Luckily, the National Assembly members are here. Part of our problem in this country is the budgeting system. There's no reason why in the 6 geopolitical zones we should not have a befitting law school campus like this. There's no reason. The problem is this. When they send to the National Assembly that what they want to build, something that will cost 20 billion, for example, they will put in the budget 500 million for that year. Now, a project that will take 20 billion, you put 500 million naira for that year. And knowing that inflation rate, every year inflation rate will go high. Now, in the next 20 years, you have not completed one project. One project. Because of our budgeting system. I'm sorry to say, Bamidele, we are still friends. But I'm sorry to say this. You see, when you look at most of the things in the budget, they are unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Constituencies, buying of bicycle, keke napep, to who? It's unnecessary. Some are building halls for us, community halls. What is that? What is the business of federal government to build community halls? What is the function of local government? What is the function of state? If this money are taken to strategic projects that will develop our country. That's why I tell my National Assembly members, each time you come back here, you are buying a motorcycle, which is aiding crime in my area. I have banned the use of motorcycle, and you are bringing back motorcycle. Where these cultists, criminals who used to commit crime. We should put our money in things that will develop our country, in things that will develop our state. I believe, and you have that passion. That's why most of the law schools you want to create. I was asking DG, when you go and cite one now in Ekiti, where will you get the money from? Ekiti does not have money to build a law school. But it's true. I'm sorry, the chairman of Board of Ventures. I'm sorry. The truth must be told. Where will they get the money? If not here, it's not. So you don't need to go and establish simply because you want law school there. How much will you put in the budget? So, for me, let us do things, even the ones we have. Let us see how we can improve on them. Go to Bayelsa. We have paid 80% of that money. 80% we have paid to make sure that latest by January, February, that school, that campus, you have to commission it. I will not leave it for anybody to come and commission. I will not leave it. So if anybody thinking that I'll just build and go, no, I will commission it before I go. For whichever way. So I thank you. And I thank the Honorable Attorney General for approving that it should be named after Dr. Nabo Doglas. When I called our senior lawyers, I said, look, I'm thinking, whom do we name the school after? In fact, so many people, where my head was going to was not what they were talking about. But somehow, we came into agreement. And the day I announced it, every lawyer in the state was happy. Every lawyer was happy. And like the speaker, on behalf of the family, said here, it's not about where you come from. It's about who merits this. Who, among the lawyers in the state, who merits it? It is Dr. Abubakar Doglas. And it's not about because, if another person has merited it, we will do it. Just like, and I thank you for giving us approval before we hand over. If we hand over to people now, we have no road again. To name some of these projects, facilities after some people who have contributed to legal education, particularly those of them from the state. But I want to appeal. Yes, this is Nigerian law school, but just to also protect me, you have to give River State a certain percentage of those that were sent to this law school, because it will be unfair if I will spend this amount of money and then our children will say, look at it now, we can't even have any quota. Please, so that I can sleep very, very well. I know with Attorney General being here, my request has been approved. Now, when we conceived this idea, now another thing that came to us, how do we sustain it? Is it to build and hand over? And then they'll be going to National Assembly to look for money to run the school. I said, look, we must set a standard so that anybody that wants to set up a law school campus like this should also know, not just building, how do you sustain it? Maintenance is key. In most of government structures, nobody maintains them simply because, not just anyway, yes, the funding may not be there, but the truth of the matter too, sometimes when the funding is there, what happens? So every time we talk about no funding, even the little that is given, if we apply it judiciously, it will not be the way it is. I agree the funding may not be enough. I used to tell my chief judge. In fact, he sent me text thanking me. I said, what I so God has used me to now he's the happiest chief judge because I released 80% of his capital vote. Because how many states will release it? 80%. That is in fact 100%. Ordinarily, budget is an estimate. So if we don't have money, what I will give you is what is available. But I said, no. Go ahead. Make sure your courts are working. I don't want to enter a court, no air condition. Why? I won't call a state I went to. I won't call that state. I went to the court. I was so mad. I was so mad. I said, this is a high court. Then when the judge rose, she opened the door. I looked. That is the office of the judge? I cannot believe it. And I don't want that to apply to my state. I want anybody who comes to my state to know that this state is different from other states. If you see what Dr. Peter Lee built, the court he built that time, go and see it. So we don't want to have any low standard. And I've told him, you have to use it very well. I'll be going to the court sometimes. If I don't say anything, I'll call him CJ. It's like things are not working on. That he knows I'll call him because I won't hide it. And if he doesn't do it, okay, next time. I say, well, me too. I don't want to be a good governor. I want to be a bad governor. I will not release money. You go to NJC. Nobody will impeach me. I'm not a judicial officer. They will not seize my location. So the only thing they will say, that one of the worst governors who have ever had. I agree. I cannot score 100%. Let me score 70 and go. 100% is A, 70 is A. But yes, I don't need to score 100%. All of us AA. Our parents will not ask us which A is bigger. No, it's A. So we now say, okay, if you go outside at the left hand, the whole properties there, we acquired it, we paid 2 billion naira to acquire the whole properties there so that they can have something to sustain the school. There's a shopping mall there, which we named after the first DG of law school, Ibironke, which we named after Ibironke. So they cannot complain of federal government have not given us money. They can't. And I have released the money, we agree with them. The 10 million for 4 years, which is 480 million. I've already released it to the Attorney General. And I told the Attorney General, they will sign an undertaking agreement, how they will use this money, so that our money will not go to another law school. No. Every money here must be spent in this law school. I don't want to hear that Enugu has a problem. Let chairman of the delegation find Enugu will solve their own problem. If Abuja has problem, let Attorney General put it in the budget. So every money you get here, put it here. I don't want you to go outside. DG and the Council of Legal Education, please. Chairman, Senate Committee, the money is to be applied this place. Let you not go outside. It's okay. How will they do? I asked DG. What we have provided for so he won't say, oh, take off this. We have given the Deputy Director a Land Cruiser Prado to use as an official car. We have given them 2 Hilux, 2 Hiace buses, 1 ambulance, and 1 fire service truck. So the vehicles are parked outside, not later. Not later. They are parked outside. I don't want to hear, oh, he made a promise. Everything has been done. So for us, we've done our own. It's not remaining for you to make sure that our students, Nigerian students, have that benefit of learning in a very good environment. And let me take this opportunity and say, because if I allow the Council of Legal Education, they may not remember our people. Austin Legal told me, my fidelity you are doing, remember your own people too. So we have names of certain facilities here against the following people. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, this auditorium, multipurpose Agubia Justice Lukayede Ariwala, multipurpose hall. The Moot Court was named after the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Mahmoud Mohammed, GCON. The library was named after former CJN, Walter Onogen. The administrative block, of course, in thanking our brother, the Veteran of Mr. President, who did not play politics, Abubakar Malami, SAN. Then where we have our very good lunch In fact, when the Attorney General was here last night, he came here around 10 p.m. to see things for himself before today's commissioning. And when he saw the cafeteria, he said, this place is even better than Hilton. And so, as for somebody who has worked, I don't believe when you die, they recognize you. No. Now that you are alive, the DG of the law school will have to recognize you. And so we named that after him. Then the medical center, because his senior brother is a doctor too, and he has been preaching about how we should be well. It's named after Emeka Ngige, senior advocate of Nigeria. The classroom blocks, we named it after Chief Wole Olanipekun, chairman of Body of Dental. Now we have, like I said, there are streets here, streets. The first female chief judge of Rivers State, Daisy Okocha, well, she has one of the streets. One of the streets, again, is named after our late brother, Lucius Wosu, senior advocate of Nigeria. And the only company that supported us in Dorama, the petrochemical, the only company that gave us 500 million. And so we named a street after them too. And then late Granville Abibo, we also named one of the streets against him. Now we have a lot of hostel blocks, and I want you to go to the hostels. You see the courtyard and the rest. One of them is OCJ, Okocha, senior advocate of Nigeria. The second one is Oke Wale, senior advocate of Nigeria. Another one is named after the president of the Court of Appeal, Dombam Mensah, named after her. Another one is one of our late leaders, D.M. Wifa, who is, of course, late. And then we also named one of the hostels to the man who legally trained me, E.C. Okala, also named after him. And when you go to the staff area, the lecturer's quarter, there are two blocks. One is named after former CGN, Kasina Alu. And then the last of it is named after our own late leader, Wobidike Wanodi. Yes, Wobidike Wanodi. I believe that from this evening, as you go out, they will open up the drapes and you will see the names there. And I think that these people, for our own knowledge, the Executive Council approved that this thing should be named after them in order to encourage other people too. I want to sincerely thank all of you. But let me in particular thank Mohammed Beladoke, who has consistently given us support. In fact, I can tell you that this whole idea was mooted by him, and he continued to encourage me. And he has been here since some days to make sure that he participated in this event. Malami, I most sincerely thank you. And I know that on the 3rd of December, the state will be honoring them as lovers of and supporters of Rivers State. Next week, the CJN is coming to commission Justice Mary Odele Judicial Institute, which will build to support our judges and magistrates, not as a competition with NJI, no, just to give support. And we believe that magistrates, from time to time, judges from time to time, should be having trainings to, put themselves in order of recent happenings and the legal development. And we'll also commission the Federal Judicial Service Commission, which they say Rivers State should have, and we took it upon ourselves and build a befitting edifice for the Federal Judicial Service Commission that will take care of the entire South. And we believe too, before the end of the year, the Chief Judge will invite most of you to come and commission just modern buildings for the magistrates. We are trying to move out the magistrates from the High Court and let them stay on their own to reduce or decongest the High Court premises. So we sincerely thank all of you for coming and believe that God in His infinite mercy will continue to bless all of you and bless the legal profession. I'm very proud, very, very proud to be a member of this noble profession. Those of you who are not happy with, there's nothing I can do. Before you qualify as a lawyer to be life bencher, I must have done my 90th birthday, as the president said. So, sincerely, I thank the chairman, the two chairmen of the National Assembly, and all the senior advocates that came. I don't know how to thank you, but do not be in a hurry. You have already come, so you take time. This reminds my friend, former NBA president. You know, people say politicians, when they make promise, they should keep to it. Is it not? I have made promise and I have fulfilled. Is it not? But you promised me before you leave as NBA president, you hand over the reverse floor of the NBA. You have left. You did not hand over to me. Now, you're not a politician, though. And you made promise you did not fulfill. Me, I have made promise I have fulfilled. So the problem is not only politicians. The problem is all of us. So please, fulfill your promise as I fulfill my promise. Thank you, and God bless you.
Commission, the Dr. Nabo Doglas campus of the Nigerian Law School, Port Harcourt. May I respectfully invite His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFI, President, Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ably represented by Abubakar Malami, SAN, CON, Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice of Nigeria.
Kindly be seated. By way of general reactions to the submissions made by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, on a lighter note, I want to state that as a government, we believe in springing surprises. When His Excellency was not paid certain monies for over a decade, we made a promise that we were going to pay, and we have paid. When they were not expecting an approval for the law school, we made a promise we were going to approve, and we have given approval. And this morning, when His Excellency said there was not going to be rain, I said we will have showers of blessings, and it come to pass. On a serious note, Your Excellency, when it comes to national development, politics we set aside. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike, CON, GSSRS, POS Africa, Esquire, both Life Venture, and indeed Mr. Project and Mr. Capacity, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My Lord, Right Honorable Justice Eberechi Suzetta Wike, wife of His Excellency the Executive Governor of Rivers State. The Right Honorable Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary. The former governors here present, inclusive of His Excellency Chief Odili. The Chairman House Committee on Judiciary, Right Honorable Ugonna Ozoribo, and other honorable senators and members of the National Assembly here present. His Lordship, Justice Simeon Amadi, CJ Rivers State House of Assembly, the President, Nigerian Bar Association, my friend, my brother, Mr. YC Michael, and the former President of the Bar Association here present, inclusive indeed of Mr. OCJ Okocha and my brother Alege SAR, and all others that I could not set my eyes on, if indeed, incidentally, there is any here present. The Chairman, Body of Ventures, the Chairman, Council of Legal Education, the DG, Nigerian Law School. The protocol has already been well established, and I seek your indulgence in the interest of time to stand on the well-established protocol. Let me start by expressing my heartfelt appreciation to the government and good people of Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation, for the special invitation extended to me to be amongst all of you today. I am quite delighted to be part of the epoch-making occasion of the formal grand commissioning and handing over of a magnificent campus, staff quarters, and other associated facilities to the Council of Legal Education by the Rivers State government. It is indeed heartwarming to recall that this beautiful and ultra-modern campus was completed within 1 year of receiving the approval of the federal government to construct a campus of the Nigerian Law School, upon the request of the government of Rivers State. I must commend the dogged determination of His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, CON, in embarking on this legacy project and completing same within an exceptional record time. Today, the dream of having additional campus of Nigerian Law School to further meet the need of the ever-increasing numbers of applicants to the bar has been made. Our country can now boast of 7 campuses, training schools for law graduates. We are gathered here today to celebrate a reality of the next level, a level of moving justice sector and legal education to the next level of elevation, which demonstrated capacity of project delivery by Mr. Project that indeed has delivered within a record time. It is the commissioning of a project which will advance the course of legal education, which is at the foundation of promoting justice and rule of law. I need not engage in poetic verbosity to properly describe the grand wonder that is being commissioned today by the commissioning of the law school campus here that we are gathered here to commission. The icing on the cake is the fact that this edifice and its state-of-the-art facilities are structured to be self-sustaining through associated revenue earners as designed by a man of higher vision who is now fondly referred to as Mr. Project. This project, among several others, is no doubt an abiding testament to the commitment of His Excellency to the promotion of law and development in Rivers State and beyond. I am aware that His Excellency extended development initiatives to the neighboring Bayelsa State by executing multi-billion naira projects inclusive of a 900-bed space hostel and 1,500 capacity auditorium. In the Inauguration campus of the Nigerian Law School, where indeed the promise to bring about the project we are here today gathered to commission was made. Today, the promise that was initiated in Yenagua had indeed come to fruition as a promise made and promise kept. I would also like to place on record that His Excellency has also provided critical infrastructure support to federal courts in Rivers State over the years. These are indeed first-setting and unparalleled contributions by a state government to what is ordinarily under the remit of the federal government of the Federation. Governor Wike's dedication to this project is better appreciated from the viewpoint of his being an unrelenting advocate of true federalism in Nigeria. The resultant effect of His Excellency's sterling efforts in strengthening the rule of law and national development cannot be overemphasized. I would therefore like to use this opportunity to commend your good heart and statesmanship on behalf of the entire justice family and lovers of justice in Nigeria. You have proven to be exceptional in support, not only for the rule of law, but indeed for the development of the justice sector. His Excellency Governor Nyesom, CON, has executed numerous landmark infrastructural projects which have transformed the human and economic development of Rivers State, while also forging social political alliances, promoting national harmony, and indeed, our dear nation needs more of such unifying factors that have indeed exhibited unifying efforts. It is in recognition of the foregoing that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari discarded political considerations and acknowledged excellence by conferring Governor Wike with the Nigerian Excellence Award in Public Service. In October 22, for his unprecedented leadership role in the delivery of legacy infrastructural projects in Rivers State and beyond. Your Excellency, you have indeed immortalized yourself, and history will be kind to you. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate that today's ceremony is an avenue for us to remind ourselves of the need to promote cooperation and understanding between the federal and state government in the overall national interest and welfare of our people. I commend this development model being promoted by Rivers State government for emulation and adoption by other state governments in Nigeria. Let me use this opportunity also to inform you that as part of the efforts to enhance the welfare of judicial officers, Mr. President has recently approved an enhanced salary and welfare scheme for judicial officers and accordingly directed the Chairman, Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Allocation Commission, and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to promptly commence measures towards the realization and implementation of these directives. These and many other initiatives are targeted at significantly strengthening the capacity and independence of judiciary, which remains a pillar of strength and stability for our democracy. This administration will therefore continue to support efforts to transform the judiciary as part of a critical strategy in ensuring a fair, progressive, and prosperous society with the rule of law as its cornerstone. As the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is also expected. I call on the judiciary to continue to uphold the ethics of the profession and operate in a manner to ensure accountability and probity in the exercise of their judicial and administrative duties. In conclusion, Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me use this opportunity to call on the Council of Legal Education to sustain this trust by optimally maintaining and running the project in furtherance of our quest to improve and sustain higher standard in legal education. This project is indeed a first-setter project that has indeed put in place by the Executive Governor of Rivers State, and we are proud of what he has put in place, both by way of structure, by way of installations, and incidental facilities. The legal profession thrives on sound learning, ethical values, and good character. The facilities are indeed capable of providing all. Therefore, it is our abiding duty to sustain high standards for those on whose shoulders rests the future of both bar and the bench. I cannot close these remarks without acknowledging the befitting honor to the glorious memory of an illustrious Calabari man, a true son of Rivers State, a patriotic Nigerian, and a legal colossus, Nabo, Doglas, SAN. A former Attorney General of the Eastern Nigeria, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Rivers State, and Attorney General of the Federation. We believe strongly in the unification of our country, and Nigeria needs more of such spirit and courage today more than ever before. I wish to close by heartily congratulating His Excellency, Governor Nyesom Wike, and the good people of Rivers State, and the Council of Legal Education, and the entire justice family for this brilliant initiative which has culminated in the building and handing over of this brand new campus to the Council of Legal Education, Nigeria Law School. Finally, accept again, Your Excellency, on behalf of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our sincere appreciation for your benevolent and huge support for the legal education and justice family in Nigeria. I thank you most sincerely.
Check.
Distinguished guests,
Check.
Today, being 18th day of November 2022, this edifice, the campus, is
excellency commission for the benefit of Nigeria, the Rivers State, and humanity. I pray in the name of Almighty God, the beneficent, that it should be beneficial to mankind for good. Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo, Doglas, SAN Campus, Rumemi, Port Harcourt, River State, built by administration of His Excellency Nyesom, Wike, Syrian, GSSRS, Life Venture, Governor of River State, and commissioned this 18th day of November 2022 by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, DCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, on this day, 18th November 2022, to the glory of God. Thank you.
The national anthem.
This is Channels Television, giving watching live coverage of the commissioning of the Nigerian Law School, Dr. Nabo Doglas, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Campus, Port Harcourt, River State. Please stay tuned as we return you to our regular scheduled programs.
You've been watching a live Channels Television event.
The presidential candidate of the PDP, Mr. Atiku Abubakar, and his running mate, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, on stage for 2 hours, telling Nigerians about their agenda and manifesto in the People's Town Hall 2023, a Channels TV presidential town hall series, an engagement like no other for the choice of who becomes Nigeria's next president. Sunday, November 20, 2022, 7 p.m. live on Channels TV. This town hall is in partnership with Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and its